Welcome back to the Classical Liberal Arts Academy's Petty School Reading Program. In this lesson, we'll continue our study of language and reading in the classical tradition. Let's go ahead and get started. In this course, we will begin by learning to read Latin letters, and later we will learn English letters. These are the Latin letters, and we're going to learn each one of them. They may look familiar because they're just like English letters you see every day. However, in Latin, they have different names, and they represent different sounds. The good news is that in Latin, each of these letters represents only one sound. That makes reading very easy. Let's go ahead and start learning about the first group of letters called vowels. The first group of letters we're going to learn about are the vowels. Vowels are sounds made with the voice. These are the sounds that we sing with. Sounds like ah, e, and o. Vowels are sounds made with the voice alone. Of all the Latin letters, there are 5 vowels. The 5 Latin vowels are shown in the colored boxes below. In this lesson, we're going to learn the names and sounds of each of these 5 Latin vowels. Let's begin. Point to the green dot on your screen and look carefully at this letter. This letter is the Latin vowel ah. Point to the letter and say ah. That's the vowel's name. The Latin vowel ah is read ah. So anytime you see this letter in Latin, you should say ah. Point again to the green dot on your screen and take a careful look at this Latin letter. This is the Latin vowel e. Anytime you see this vowel in Latin writing, you should read it as e. This is the Latin vowel e. Once again, point to the green dot on your screen and look carefully at this Latin letter. This is the Latin letter E. Anytime we see this letter in Latin, we should read it as E. This letter represents the spoken sound E. Point to the green dot on your screen and look carefully at this Latin letter. This is the Latin vowel O. The Latin vowel O is written to represent the spoken sound O. Therefore, anytime you see the Latin vowel O, you should read it as O. Point to the green dot on your screen. This is the Latin letter U. This letter represents the spoken sound U. And anytime we see it in Latin writing, we should read it as U, the Latin vowel U. Now there's a fun way to learn to remember your Latin vowels, and it's right on your hand. Hold your left hand in front of the screen, just like the hand you see in this slide. Your thumb should be pointing in the same direction as the hand you see. What we're going to do is we're going to use each one of your 5 fingers to represent one of the 5 Latin vowels. Your thumb will represent the vowel A. Wiggle your thumb and say A. Your index finger will represent the sound E. Wiggle your index finger and say A. Your middle finger will represent the vowel E. Wiggle your middle finger and say E. Your ring finger will represent the vowel O. Wiggle your ring finger and say O. And your pinky will represent the vowel U. Wiggle your pinky and say U. So each of your fingers represents one vowel, starting with your thumb. A, E, I, O, and U. Let's practice with our fingers again and recite the 5 Latin vowels, starting with your thumb. A, E, I, O, and U. Each time we say a vowel, wiggle that finger. Let's try it again. A, E, I, O, U. Now, let's play a little game. This is a game that you can play with your parents or your brothers and sisters anytime to practice your Latin vowels. I'm going to name a vowel, and when I name the vowel, you wiggle that finger and repeat the vowel that I name. Then I'm going to name 2 vowels, and you repeat them and wiggle those fingers. And then I'm going to name 3 vowels and so on, all the way through all 5 vowels. Let's try it. A, I, U, A, I, U, E, A, I, U, E, O. Now that was your first try, and it might have been very difficult, but it's a fun way to practice working with your fingers and your vowels. Let's try our game again. Are you ready? E, A, I, A, U, E, A, U, E. E, A, U, E, O. How'd you do that time? You can go back and play these slides again, or practice with mom and dad, or brothers and sisters or friends. It's really very simple and a very great way to practice your Latin vowels. Before we move on, let's just go over the vowels and our fingers one more time. Starting with our thumb, we have A, and then E on our index finger, E on our middle finger, O on our ring finger, and U on our pinky. A, E, O, U. Practice this until you know it perfectly. Point to the green dot on your screen. Do you remember the name of this Latin vowel? This is the Latin vowel A. A. Point to the green dot on your screen. What is the name of this Latin vowel? Do you remember the name? This is E. E. Point to the green dot on your screen. Do you remember the name of this Latin vowel? This is the vowel E. E. Point to the green dot on your screen again. What is the name of this Latin vowel? Do you remember the name? This is the Latin vowel O. O. And let's do one more. Point to the green dot on your screen and name this Latin vowel. Do you remember the name? This is the Latin vowel U. U. Now, when you look back at the chart of all of the Latin letters, you can identify the 5 Latin vowels. In the red box is the letter A. In the yellow box is the letter E. In the green box is the letter E. In the orange box is the letter O. And in the blue box is the letter U. These are the 5 Latin vowels. And now you know them. And don't forget, you can take the Latin vowels with you wherever you go. They're right on your hand. A, E, O, and U. Anytime you look at a book or see letters on any kind of sign or paper, look for the vowels A, E, O, and U. We hope you've enjoyed this lesson in the Classical Liberal Arts Academy's Petty School reading program. We'll continue our study of language and reading in our next lesson, God bless.